I am proud to announce that your savings accounts are basically now worth zero and that the American economy is now in active free fall. That's right.
The crypto market is crashing right now. Bitcoin is at $67,000. And it's not even a fucking joke. Bitcoin's dead ass at $67,000. Actually, I think it's lower. I think it's at like $65,000 right now. But
breaking news, Bitcoin has gone to its lowest levels in the Trump administration. In fact, it is back to its November 2024 level of 65,000. It's gone below that, actually. It's at around 63,000. This is a massive crash, and it's dropped 7% down to just above 64,000 when this article came out. It's now even lower. It's at 63,238.
Jeffrey Epstein warning, listen.
If you knew who was really behind Bitcoin, you would run as fast as you fucking could to sell it. I know. 100%. If you knew who owned Bitcoin or who started Bitcoin, you had Bitcoin, you couldn't sleep at night. I know. 100%. And when the real founder of Bitcoin comes out, it is my humble opinion, and there's nothing humble about me, Bitcoin will go to fucking zero.
The world's largest cryptocurrency at its lowest level since the pro-crypto president Trump won a second term. Nearly $500 billion in crypto market cap gone in just 1 week. And the selling pressure isn't letting up. And that's the big concern here. Those spot Bitcoin ETFs that were supposed to bring stability are now seeing some of their biggest outflow days since November.
Guys, you won't believe MAGA are breaking in tears. They're furious because Bitcoin is getting worse, and now they're so furious. Let's dive in. The credit belongs to the owner of the videos. I'll be back with more commentary.
Jeffrey Epstein warning, listen.
If you knew who was really behind Bitcoin, you would run as fast as you fucking could to sell it. I know. 100%. If you knew who owned Bitcoin or who started Bitcoin, you had Bitcoin, you couldn't sleep at night. I know. 100%. And when the real founder of Bitcoin comes out, it is my humble opinion, and there's nothing humble about me, Bitcoin will go to fucking zero.
An old video is going viral once again. People are pointing towards Epstein being the creator, Satoshi. This comes after over the weekend they released some of the Epstein files, revealing that he funded some of the core developments for Bitcoin in its early years. In some of the emails, they do include XRP and Bitcoin. Investors are panicking right now, deciding if they should or should not sell their Bitcoin. Personally, I don't invest in Bitcoin anymore. It's old, slow, not convenient. The fees are way too high compared to XRP. The old video that is going viral once again is interesting because if this is true, Epstein is Satoshi, the creator of Bitcoin, I wonder how things would go. Will it actually go to $0? We'll have to find out. Share this information with as many people as possible. Let them know the truth.
Did the Epstein files just reveal the identity of Satoshi Nakamoto? Jeffrey Epstein might be the founder of Bitcoin, or at least that's what people seem to think. If you look up the wallet address of Satoshi, you'll see that they own 1.1 million Bitcoin. That is by far the largest holding of Bitcoin. That's worth almost 100 billion. The second biggest holder of Bitcoin is the United States at only 300,000. But here's why people believe that Epstein could be the founder of Bitcoin. Ever since the release of the Epstein files, we've seen Jeffrey Epstein mention Bitcoin as far back as 2011. And based on some of these files, there's reason to believe that Jeffrey Epstein injected 500,000 into Bitstream. But the truth is that Jeffrey Epstein knew about Bitcoin early on and had some involvements in funding it. But he is not the founder of Bitcoin. And he's made that clear in his emails by actually mentioning that he worked alongside the founders of Bitcoin. So we know Satoshi isn't one person, but rather a group of people. according to Jeffrey at least. And the emails between Epstein, Peter Thiel, and Steve Bannon was really just Jeffrey asking basic questions about legislation of Bitcoin, which goes to show that he didn't have a fundamental understanding of the technology at the time. See, if Jeffrey were Satoshi, the founder of Bitcoin, he wouldn't be asking beginner-level explanations 10 years later. We might not.
Because this is happening because of Trump, it's happening because of Epstein list. It's like collapsing, it's crashing. And we all know many these rich people, this rich MAGA, voted for Trump thinking like they're going to make a lot of money. They all love these crypto things, and now they're in like crying. They're regretting, they're in guys, they are losing everything. They are losing their money, and of course they are losing their mind. And remind you, this is the people who supported all this, who supported this administration, who stand with it, and also they are not willing to do anything about Epstein. And since we see more file keep coming out, is the same thing that is happening with Bitcoin. It's losing its value. This is crazy, guys. Let's keep watching.
Breaking news, Bitcoin has gone to its lowest levels in the Trump administration. In fact, it is back to its November 2024 level of 65,000. It's gone below that, actually. It's at around 63,000. This is a massive crash, and it's dropped 7% down to just above 64,000 when this article came out. It's now even lower. It's at 63,238. Here you can see the massive crash that happened just this week. And Michael Saylor, who is the guy who just buys Bitcoin with his company, which is a ridiculous idea of a company, MicroStrategy, he is down a lot. He posted a hodl in the middle of the price spiral, which is the widely used crypto market slang term meaning to hold, despite the fact that you're losing all your money. Now, obviously, many people were saying that Bitcoin would continue to go up with Trump as president, but clearly Bitcoin is yet another pump and dump, making all these people lose their money.
After seeing the Epstein emails about how he and Ghislaine Maxwell were actually behind creating Bitcoin and claiming they were Satoshi Nakamoto and the originator and yada yada, obviously Bitcoin has tanked like 20% in a week. But my question is, to all the crypto guys, how are they going to get this ship back like sailing again? How are they going to undo the damage from the email chain that Epstein is the one who created Bitcoin? Because if they cannot convince the masses that that is...
Diabolical.
The world's largest cryptocurrency at its lowest level since the pro-crypto president Trump won a second term. Nearly $500 billion in crypto market cap gone in just 1 week. And the selling pressure isn't letting up. And that's the big concern here. Those spot Bitcoin ETFs that were supposed to bring stability are now seeing some of their biggest outflow days since November, 3 of them in just the last 10 days of January. You've got Michael Burry, the big short investor who called the 2008 financial crisis, warning of a potential death spiral. His argument is mechanical. If Bitcoin drops another 10%, then Strategy, the biggest corporate holder of Bitcoin, could be billions of dollars underwater on its digital asset stake, with capital markets effectively closed to it. And then if the slide deepens, Burry says the pressure can spill into the mining complex, where weaker operators could be pushed toward bankruptcy, something that we have seen happen in past bear markets. He wrote that sickening scenarios have now come within reach, and perhaps the even bigger tell on how this market is trading right now, going to your earlier point, Brian, Bitcoin increasingly behaving like a software stock. Its correlation with the iShares software ETF has hit 0.73. That is an index full of names like Salesforce, Adobe, and Oracle, companies getting hammered on AI disruption fears. So while the NASDAQ 100 is only a couple percentage points off of its highs, software has taken the brunt of the selling. Bitcoin is riding down with it. VanEck's Matthew Siegel put it bluntly: Bitcoin is just open source software. Certainly hasn't proven out that whole digital gold narrative, and instead it is acting like an out-of-favor tech name.
There's other people who use Bitcoin. They are not all like MAGA and everything. I know like many people are suffering from it, but what I'm trying to say is like MAGA, they are the one like who supported all this, who believe all this dream, because you can see America suffering. And now, you know, like these rich people, these big MAGA, there are many, they are on these like things, online trading, stuff like that, Bitcoin. And now you can imagine how they're losing their money and everything. And many people are also asking themselves why it's keep crashing as Epstein file keep coming out. There's something I'm wondering too. I don't know what you think about that, but it makes somehow sense. Like the way they're losing money, we've been seeing like many Americans suffering. So I understand why this there's some MAGA who are furious and the other people are furious who are losing everything. But if you voted for this, if you voted this kind of administration who are not willing to put the truth out about what's happening and protect these people, this is happening because you're bad choice, guys. I don't know. That's what people are saying. Let's keep watching.
Is it just a coincidence that all the major players in Bitcoin started selling the moment the names on the Epstein?
Bitcoin has been brutal, down 50%, let's call it, in the last 4 months alone. And in fact, the entire crypto ecosystem has been hurting from a myriad of headwinds and just a negative investment sentiment that it cannot shake. It's actually leading to job losses. Just think, one of the oldest exchanges in the space, Gemini, with the Winklevoss twins in charge, has just announced 25% headcount cuts because they can no longer vindicate trying to penetrate other markets like the UK or Australia or Europe. Instead, they're retrenching. And that's as prices are retrenching. And that's as we see a lot of concerns around, A, the sell-off in broader markets, and the volatility you see in tech stocks and other asset classes just means that institutional buyers who hold crypto have been selling out of their positions to cover losses elsewhere. You've also seen a regulatory standstill. We were meant to get more clarity from the Clarity Act, and that's on pause. And you're also just concerned that digital gold, as Bitcoin is known, hasn't acted like gold, hasn't been a haven during the worries of dollar debasement or inflation. People didn't flock to it as a store of value. And so its value has evaporated. And it's been much worse in other coins and crypto. So let me know if your sentiment's been rocked on the space and how you think sentiment might change. Because for many who've been in this space for a long time, they're well...
Today I woke up to the news that Bitcoin dropped even more to $69,000. It hasn't been this low for 15 months and it's about a 40 to 45% drop. At this point, I really don't know how much more is gonna keep dropping. I think some of it has to be with Jeffrey Epstein, because some people are saying that it's kind of related to him. I don't think he created it. He did invest in Coinbase and maybe he had something to do with it, but I don't think he created Bitcoin. But yeah, we need this to stop. There's some people that are probably very massively in bad positions that got liquidated. The only thing we can do now is just keep holding, never sell, and keep adding positions as it keeps dropping. I think on Bitcoin specifically, Every 5% it drops, I'm gonna add more. And I'm doing the same thing with my stock portfolio. Stocks are also going down with Bitcoin. And every time we get a significant drop, like every time the NASDAQ drops 2 to 3%, I'm buying.
I really feel sorry for all people who like invest in Bitcoin and now they're losing their money, and there are also people who are nice, who are really think about others. But as always, I think whatever happened and MAGA is suffering from it, many people will not have sympathy for these people because they don't feel sympathy for anyone. But we also, me personally, I also feel sorry for those who are losing their money because of all this, because of the way people are feeling. Like people feel like many like who use Bitcoin, the owner and stuff like that, not the owner, like those big names, they're the one who are doing the worst things, they're the one who are in Epstein list, like everything, like it's somehow connected, you know. And people, some people are happy that rich people don't care about other people, they're paying for it. But also there's other people just invest so they can get ahead in life and they're suffering from it. For those one, we really sorry, we feel bad because you don't deserve whatever happening. That's what I feel personally. I don't know guys what you feel, I don't know what you think, but also I know like those big MAGA, those rich MAGA, they're pissed. You know, they're always selfish, they want everything. Yeah, they want people to suffer, but when it's their time, they don't want to. They feel so bad. So I saw the video where the lady was saying, like, I saw Bitcoin, like, it's getting worse. Now I understand many, those rich people, MAGA, who are so selfish, now they can taste their own medicine. So I understand, but also, I don't know. I don't know, guys, what you think, but what I think, like, this will we can get a lesson from this. Like, no matter how rich you are, anything can change, everything can change, anytime life can change. So be humble, just don't treat people lazy or bad because you think you have more than them, because you may have today and tomorrow it just change, or they may have. So the reason why for this video, actually it's not like mocking anyone, it's just saying like be humble, you never know. And don't treat people bad because you think you have a lot. That's what I think personally, guys. I don't know what you think. Let me know what you think. Please respect one another in the comments. Subscribe to the channel. I will see you next time as always. Bye.